Hey y'all, what is going on? Happy Friday. Great to see you guys. Surprise, we're streaming again. I've just been staring at this Charles VESS image. I got some cool updates on this image, actually. Some tests that I did. But I really wanted to get to it before the weekend. And so I moved hell and high water. I moved hell and high water. Is that the right expression? I went through hell and high water. No, I think I moved mountains of high water hell to make this stream happen. And I probably have a little bit of a somewhat of a limited time. It would have either been doing it now or doing it super late tonight. And knowing some of my good friends on the East Coast who sleep earlier, I wanted to try and get it in before so that you guys could join. So here we are, but we're going to get going. I'm hoping that maybe we can finish inks today. I know that's pretty aggressive, but we'll try. So welcome everybody. My name is Rocky Ballesteros. What am I talking about? What is all this business about trying to finish inks? Well, I'll tell you. This is a master study stream where I am reproducing a comic book image page from a comic book in the past that I done by an artist that I really admire. This one in particular is by an artist by the name of Charles VESS. So if this is your first time watching this stream, I've got 2 other streams that we did before where I was penciling the picture and also starting the inks of Web of Spider-Man, blurry Web of Spider-Man. Ah, man, come on. Is it because of the bag? Sorry, Mark. I got to keep opening this up out of the bag for focus's sake. Web of Spider-Man, there we go. Ah, dang it. Turn off the blur. Web of Spider-Man #1. We're doing this cover, reproducing it, but not just at this tiny size. We're reproducing it at an 11 by 17 size, which is roughly, I would think, the original size that the artist, Charles VESS, created the original piece. So it's been an awesome journey getting here. It's a lot of backstory, primarily because of Mark's music obsession, who I know is in the chat right now. But here we are, and it's turning out great. And it's also, this is the 9th master study that I've done, and I've definitely been trying to push myself to learn different things. Each artist that I do these master studies on are teaching me different techniques, different things to look at, different approaches, and this is no different than that. Charles VESS is not only a comic book artist, but he's also a incredible, fantastic watercolor painter. And this cover was painted, as you can see, these beautiful gradations and subtle color changes and modeling and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not going to do that because there's no way I could make it look that good. There's no way I can make it look that cool. And I focus more on comic book art, like ink on paper kind of stuff here, at least on this channel right now. Who knows? Maybe I'll get into painting later. Don't hold your breath. So the biggest question on this one, and actually why I hesitated approaching this cover for the longest time, months I'd say, is I was like, how can I do it in a way that is not using watercolors? And so I've run this idea, kind of processing out loud what a lot of you guys who follow me in this chat and have seen this stream before. I decided to go in the route of using screen tones, comic screen tones, which is very popular in manga art, Japanese comic art. And so I was like, maybe I can use screen tones to kind of capture the tonal effect. There's nice gray tones, give some depth to the page so it's not just straight up black and white ink work. But I wasn't sure if it would work out. However, I did some tests since the last time we streamed, and I'm so excited about how those tests turned out. You guys might not be able to totally see it yet, but I can see it. And actually, I gave our friend Mark's Music Obsession a little bit of a sneak peek because he is part of the Groundbreaker subscription tier on Fourth Wall. Do I have Fourth Wall? Here, boom. Fourth Wall. I have a Fourth Wall site. Do you like how I slid into that advertisement? I'm getting good at this. So Fourth Wall, you can see the link in the description. I have a Fourth Wall site, which is very similar to the way Patreon works. And it's a way to subscribe if you support me as an artist. I believe it's a $6 a month. I mean, I know it's a $6 a month membership. But one of the things that membership gets you is some insider sneak peeks that I like to drop in there for people that other people don't get to see. So one of the things I did, and Mark's Music Obsession is a Fourth Wall subscriber, a groundbreaker that I like to call it. I sent him a little photo that I took of this once I finished doing this test. So he got to see it first, but I will share it with you guys today because it's really, really cool. So screen tones. Well, let me catch up with everybody first. Oh, dang it. I hate the way. What happened here? Too many things. Why didn't that make the noise? Wait. All right, sorry. Did you see how that jumped? It's not supposed to do that. All right. Let's go. Uh-oh, I saw a spinning circle. That could be a problem. Did you guys hear anything? Super delayed. Let me try that one more time. Okay. Drop that boomer emoji in the chat because I just boomered it. Let me catch up with you guys first before I jump into showing everything. Comrade Sammy's in the house. Been a while since I been first into chat. It's true. It is true, Comrade Sammy, and I'm so glad you are here. Great to see you. I've been finding that Fridays seems to be a good day to stream. It's a little harder for my schedule, but if I can do it, I'll do it. So I'm doing it. I told Comrade Sammy that I was grabbing chocolate, and as you just saw, what I threw in my mouth is not. I ended up not getting chocolate. I got a Fig Newton. And she said, boo, should have stuck with the chocolate. I know. No, I actually am a big fan of Fig Newtons. And chocolate, you know, chocolate's got a higher sugar count. Maybe it does. That's what I tell myself. Fig Newtons, I think of like, it's healthy, right? Fruits? I don't know. Figs? Mo Biggs in the chat. What's up, Mo Biggs?
Better known as Mo, Big wasn't always the confident voice we hear today.
How are you? It was great. I was rewatching my last stream on Wednesday, the My Wednesday comic stream, and I was just cracking up at some of their comments I missed as I was streaming. But when I go back and rewatch it, I can see what you guys are saying, and there's some winners in there, Mo Biggs, from you. Cranberry Landers is here. What's up, Cranberry? What is up with the sounds? Oh, because I didn't hit it.
This is a cranberry, full of power.
I'm like, why isn't the sound playing? Because I didn't press play on the sound. Mark's Music Obsession, there's the man of the hour. Good seeing you, Mark. How is your 4-day weekend going? I know that you finished your work week early this week already. So, good seeing you. Mark is the owner. I'm going to say it every stream that we're doing this Charles VESS master study. Mark is the owner of that comic book, that very comic book that I showed you guys. He mailed it to me, so I had it to look at right in front of me. So much appreciated, Mark, channel member. Mo Biggs, channel member. Cranberry Landers, channel member. Screw watching your figure, Comrade Sammy says. If you have the opportunity to eat chocolate, you take it. That's some sound Friday advice for sure. And Mo Big says, prefer to watch my figure with the pig feeder lady. So I'm not going to get into it just yet. But let's just say I've kind of dipped my toe into that pig feeder lady mythos last night. I was playing around with some technology to come up with some cool stuff. I don't know. We'll see. It was actually shocking, some of the stuff that I created yesterday that had to do with the pig feeder lady. And I just got to figure out how to properly integrate it into this channel. Let's just say that. Lindsay Rose, how you doing? Is that a coffee? Is that a coffee or a flan? What is that emoji? I don't even know what it is.
Roses are red. Violets are blue.
Great seeing you, Lindsay Rose. And hopefully it's coffee time / flan time, both. I can get on board with both of those. Rocky's on the outside TV for all to see and hear. Oh, man. And then I'm still having sync issues, and you might see the sync issues now. I tried to make a few more adjustments. Maybe it's better. Let me know if the sync is better. My hunch is I need to upgrade my computer because I'm working on a pretty older, a much older computer on this side of my office as opposed to the other one that I do my Wednesday comics. I'm using like an old camera, old computer, old artist. There's delays when that stuff is happening. So let me know how the sync is. Rocky, get her done. That's right. Let's get it done. Should have done a late night stream. You know those are the best. It might happen. We'll see how far we get. If I don't, yeah, it might happen. It might happen. I know those are always fun. But then I kind of, well, no, those are fun. Those are fun. But it's also sometimes at the end of the day, you just want to like relax and not have to, turn it on. Like I like to shower, take out my contacts, put on my pajamas. That wouldn't work so well if I was streaming late. I'd still have to wait. So we're trying it now. For clarity, Mark refers to the TV that isn't inside his new smartphone as the outside TV. Thanks for that, Mo Biggs. Oh, Mark's music session dropping the imagery. Oh man, I don't. Let me see. I actually closed my YouTube window because it makes my stream lag sometimes when I open it. At least when I open it here. So let's look. What is that? Because I need to see. I can't copy and paste that, or I can't click on that link unless I see it in the chat. We'll wait for that to load. Boomer, boomer, boomer. Yes, much boomer. This is clearly a fake photo. That comic isn't even blurry. True. Yes, it's AI. AI with the blur. All right, let's see. I'm looking at this image, Mark. Ah, look at that. And I got the image. I got the comic book up there. Great snapshot. Mark, you guys can click on that link to see the image that Mark took. Man, glad I didn't miss it. Nice. Such a pretty cover it is. Okay. Comrade Sammy, I would have felt guilty for falling asleep. There is no guilt with that. That's part and parcel of this stream. No guilt in falling asleep. Work looks good, Rocky. Thank you, Lindsay Rose. I'm rooting for the success of your fourth wall, much better than the emotional blackmail campaign to get me and Comrade Sammy to join Discord. Hey, if you join, I will give you this guarantee. If you join fourth wall, I'll stop. I'll put it in the tier of the membership tier. Will not bother you about Discord. How about that? We can make that agreement. Any more foggiest? Comrade Sammy. Missed that. What's in the involuntary mukbang? What in the involuntary mukbang is this? Bring back apple Newtons. No, fig. Straight up fig. These are from Trader Joe's. These are amazing. They're really good. How do they get the like pastry or whatever you want to call it, the coating, so smooth? How do they do that? Depends on the percentage of cocoa. That's true. Fig Newton is thumbs up, but chocolate is double thumbs up. Fair. Very fair. The pig is cute. It's supposed to be a Jello emoji. Oh, the flan? Gotcha. Lindsay Rose, got to become a membership to get that. A member to get that lime Jello. But we'll take it. Flan. Maybe I'll have to make a flan recipe one of these days. Comrade Sammy. Not only is she a chat ninja, but caretaker of cute frogs and amphibians. Turtles. It's a running theme there. There's something in that. Do you like the comic book Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Comrade Sammy? I think that's right up your alley. You want us to pay money to stop getting harassed? Nah. There we go. Mark's Music Obsession can post the lime jellos. That's right. Okay, let me show you guys. This is so cool. And again, I don't know if you'll get the full extent of it. I did it kind of down and dirty. So what I did was... here, I'll show you. What I did was... This is where we were... Ooh, is that delayed? Is that lagging? Feels like it's lagging a little bit. definitely feel a lag. If I close that window. I'm just gonna hold the whole stream. Yeah, it's lagging. I hate technology. Hopefully it doesn't lag too much when I go to this stream. Is that lagging? A little bit, right? I'm seeing a hitch a little bit. Wow. And I can't switch it. So I increased my frame rate, but now I think it's freaking out. Well, dang it. We're just gonna wing it here. I can't quit. We're just gonna wing it. Okay, so anyway, this is the that lag is really bugging me. This is the inks that we got. This is how far we got last time. So this is the page. You know, I penciled it, turned the pencils into blue lines. Where's the pencils? Oh, lag. Penciled it, scanned it, and then I'm inking over the like treated page here. So what I did was I photocopied this page to give me a test page to work off of, because I needed to figure out, and the reason why I didn't ink these interior lines here is I needed to figure out what I was going to do for those tones. So those tones on the original image add a lot. Like there's a lot of stuff, a lot of information here, and a lot of beauty to Spider-Man, to the buildings, especially to this smoke back here, that you're not going to get from straight black and white inks, right? Here's an image of like how this is what I was basing my inks off of. So without doing the watercolor, I needed to figure out how can I capture some of that. What I like right here, there's no hard lines here on the black shadows. So I'm like, do I just do them as hard lines? I really love this like modeling here. Do I do it as a dry brush? Do I do hatching? So that's what I needed to do a test on, and what I photocopied this page and printed out a copy onto another page so that I can do some tests without ruining this ink page. So that's what I'm about to show you right now. Can't say I've read the TMNT comics. No. Are you kidding me, Comrade Sammy? You have not read the TMNT comics. Oh my gosh. You need to get on that like right away. Lindsay Rose was dropping Jello emojis in Discord. Awesome. I wonder if I can even get GIFs on YouTube. Like gift memberships? You could. I think I get renewed memberships or gift memberships to give out every month. I'll have to double check that. Maybe I can try and throw out some gift memberships, and maybe one of them will land on you, Lindsay Rose. And Comrade Sammy. We're missing a good chunk of our mod squad. We are. The heck are they? Who knows? It's a setting, Lindsay, that has to be turned on. Make sure you can get gifts. Of course, my neighbor just turned on his mower. It's better than somebody turning on their mower near me. Okay, this lag is really bothering me. Hopefully it's not too distracting. It's distracting for me. Okay, so let me show you what happened. So I photocopied this page to do tests on. And here is where I'm at on the tests. And so what I did was I inked in the blacks on the costume. Look how cool that looks. Come on now. I inked in the blacks on that costume. And then here, it's really messy, really down and dirty. I did some screen tone tests. And one thing I knew like this screen tone would work, But I also knew that I needed some sort of like gradation, a little denser screen tone pattern to a lighter screen tone pattern. And so what I did, if you can see it on this arm, I actually layered a couple screen tones on top of each other, and then if I didn't do anything like on this screen tone down here, I didn't do any like blending. You can kind of see where the one layered screen tone is over the second one. But up here I did blending, and the way that you blend with these screen tones is you actually scratch off like with a blade the edge, and the pattern will come off. The sticky part will stay, but the pattern will come off, and it gives this like smooth transition here. So I don't know if you can totally see it on camera, but it's like a little darker here towards the black, and then it fades out, and it gets lighter here on the edge. And I was so happy with how that turned out, because it kind of gave me this similar effect to, it's not exactly the same, but it gives you some of that modeling effect here. It's going to turn out great. I'm just really excited. And I'm so excited just like laying in those flat blacks here. That just pops off the page. So anyway, that's where we're at. Again, this is just down and dirty, so there's all these scratches and smudges here, and I'd have to do it a lot cleaner. But I just wanted to see, is it going to work? Am I just like blowing steam, or is this really going to work? And I think it's really going to work. So there you go. That's where we're headed. That was the sneak peek that I sent Mark. But we still have to finish all the ink lines on this baby before we even get to the screen tone part. So that is what we are doing today. It takes all the copies. That's right. Well, I do like TMNT, so I can't say I wouldn't like them. No, you'd like it. You would like it. Lindsay Rose, thank you so much. Yeah, it turned out great. Turned out really cool. And it is going to be like, when I get to screen tones, maybe that's why I shouldn't eat Fig Newtons on stream, because it really gums up your mouth. But when I get to the screen tone part of this master study, it's going to take me one, if not two streams just on screen tones, because it's a lot. It's a lot of work. I'm not putting the screen tone. So the screen tone, I'm cutting out a piece that fits where the white is. I'm not just laying it all on the entire arm, because that would be a waste of the tone on this black. I'm cutting it out to fit here, so it's a lot of like X-Acto knife work. It's kind of crazy, very tedious, but really fun. I'm so excited about how that ended up. It really makes his eyes pop. It'll make the web on his chest pop. It's going to be cool. Then can you imagine like the different... I'm going to use like a darker screen tone here in the background for the building. It's going to be awesome. It's going to look so different and so unique. All right, so let's get to some more inking so that we can eventually get to screen tones. Oh yeah, I can't use this ruler because it's gonna bleed. So a lot of what's left here, I guess I can finish with the dip pen, the Crow Quill pen, on these gargoyles pieces, and then these curves too. But then a lot of the ink work today is going to be technical pen, because there's a lot of straight lines with a uniform line weight. So we don't really need any kind of variation in the line weight necessarily. It'll be easier to do with a technical pen versus a Crow Quill. But, maybe I just start with a technical pen. Nice and easy first. And then we'll get to the curvy details. Okay, so my technical pens I like to use are these Pitt Artist Pens, Faber-Castell. Different thicknesses, 0.5, 0.1, 0.3, and 0.5 are my primary ones that I use. The smaller the number, the more fine the point. Work 0.1 here. My artwork is coming to me today already? Dang, Cranberry Langers. I have yet to mail out your package. That's what I'm going to work on this weekend. Cranberry Langers was the... Here's my first announcement of Discord. Was the Discord September challenge winner of my YouTube challenge questions. And so he wins a little prize that I'm planning on hopefully can mail out this weekend. But Cranberry's sending me something, which is awesome. So excited. And I'll look out for it. I will let you know once it comes in, Cranberry. All those chewing sounds make me wish Rocky was still having... Sorry. I'll mute next time. I know, that's annoying. My apologies. Rocky, didn't your mother... Yes, I know. I'm sorry. Sorry, you guys. Awesome one says, dang, YouTube peeps shutting down at around 30 minutes in the background mode. Really?
Yes! That's awesome!
That's not awesome. How are you doing, awesome one? Should I take my window unit out? Lindsay Rose says. Well, that sounds complicated. And it sounds like you would need it for air conditioning, right? I've been watching the China show, RIP Fun in China. Huh, okay. You've always got some interesting YouTube channels that you watch. Awesome one. Great having you guys all here. Make sure you hit that like as we sit here and chat and blah, blah, blah. I got probably about an hour and a half, I'm guessing, to work on this stuff. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? Straight lines are always the scariest, to be honest, to ink. Because once you mess it up, you mess it up. There's no going back with a straight line. You can't fudge. Does anybody have good plans for the weekend? I heard somebody told me that Oktoberfest has kicked in. Is Oktoberfest a certain date? Or is it just like the month of October that people just beer out? Or is it a specific date? I have no idea. I've never celebrated Oktoberfest. I don't drink beer, so I wouldn't really even know. But I heard it's happening because we are in October. And somebody I was chatting with early today just mentioned it, that they were celebrating Oktoberfest this weekend. But I got to get a nice bike ride in this morning, which was great. We've had kind of rainy, damp weather recently, and today's the first sunny day in a while, so it was really nice to just get out there and just enjoy the weather. Agreed on the straight lines. I'm trying to do that now. Yes. What is this lullaby music? Are you trying to put us to sleep? All right, I'll skip this one. A show about the dystopia that is China. China, it's sadly funny. Huh. Also trying to watch FNT, but can't stand the F-bombs every 5 seconds. Yep, I see I haven't turned it on in a bit. Yeah. What is FNT? It's a specific date. Mo Big says, I don't drink beer, so Rocky's only in it for the Lederhosen. Yeah. Yes. Das Lederhosen. Guess I should do all the lines that are kind of in the same direction. That would make sense. Friday Night Tights. Oh. Friday Night Tights. Okay. I have heard of Friday Night Lights, but not tights. Oh man, my eyes. The fear too with drawing with a ruler, it's a real thing, is shoot, I just did it backwards. Is that this ruler will slip. I've seen some people like put tape. If I were smart, I should do that. Put like a little bit of masking tape on the back of your ruler so it has a little bit of a grip. And then my one tip, word for the wise, is if you don't have a clear ruler, I do have a clear ruler, but I found that when I use the ink pen on the clear ruler and I move it down, it kind of smears. Something about the distance of that ruler to the paper that like squishes the ink. That's why I'm using this black ruler. There's a little bit of a lip at the edge. But since it's not a clear ruler, I can't see the lines underneath, so I can't tell if they're parallel or not. So my art tip for you there, if you did have an opaque ruler like that, would be to start at the top. And then you can make sure all the lines underneath it are parallel with the first line that you draw. Otherwise, you're just guessing the whole time. See, now I can see that. I can now see that line underneath or above and see if I'm parallel. If that makes any sense. Your ASMR voice by itself is enough to put us to sleep. We don't need music, too. Wow, Lindsay Rose is already getting sleepy. All right. That's fair. That's fair. I think it's a combo of air conditioning or what sounds like heat, too much heat in your neck of the woods, and lullaby music, and my voice. That's a killer combo right there. Whew. Okay, no disasters yet. I have 5 hours of Christmas market walking in Europe on TV. I'm the boo falling asleep meme. I never really enjoyed FNT. Too many people on, probably 3/4 just sit there taking up space. The chat scrolls too fast for me to effectively troll. What is the What is your ideal... I guess it's not an exact formula. But I was going to ask, like, what's your idea formula, like, of number of people in the chat that is still enjoyable to watch? Because, yeah, there's some streams out there, like, there's just too many people. I see people, like, especially, like, people who do gaming streaming or Twitch streaming or whatever. And they can have tens of thousands of people in the chat. I guess that's where super chatting becomes effective, actually. It's like joking into the void. That's right. Relaxing environment, low stress. Eric K, the main FNT mod, usually hangs out on a smaller channel I watch and another I mod. Oh, cool. That's also a, Lindsay Rose, that is also an added ingredient into the recipe of sleep. If you're already sleepy before you get in here, more than likely I can tip you over the edge. Sorry, I just get that message. Of course, once I start streaming, the world's like, hey, can you answer this right now? No, I cannot. The chat will scroll so fast, Rocky will be unable to debunk my pig feeder lady lore to the general public. That's scary. Just think one day Rocky will be so famous we'll have to use super chats just to get him to acknowledge our existence. Ah, nonsense. If the viewership goes over 150 or so, it's usually not worth me making any A tier comments. Only the C tier drops for those. Speaking of which, I think we're at... What is my... 639 subscribers, guys. That's amazing. That crept up on me just this past week. Thank you so much for being a part of that, but that's amazing. I remember all those like mini milestones just trying to hit, and sure enough, here we are, 639. I know this isn't that exciting to see me ink window panes, but it is what it is. This is kind of the non-sexy part. That's why I admire people like Danny Earls as one of those comic book artists I've mentioned before in the past, that he focuses, or I'd argue his strength is backgrounds. And he spends a lot of time and takes pride in what he does with his background work. And it turns out great. People often think drawing comic book stuff is always like, oh, the cool pinup page, but sometimes it's drawn bricks. $20 or $30, and even then chat can scroll a lot. Oh, that's true. That is true. Feeder lady will have found the channel and will want all the cred. What's crazy is like how just in a short amount of time how that's already become a thing on this channel, and she doesn't even know it. Doesn't that make you feel weird that like you could be a part of somebody else's conversation or meme or whatever, like unbeknownst to us, we could have been walking on the street minding our own business, and we've become the joke of somebody's YouTube existence or social media account. That's frightening. But I've got all the respect for Pig Feeder Lady. She was doing her job. You know, she's getting paid money to do what she was doing. Even smaller channels, sometimes chat is overwhelming with a mod sharing links or a bot sharing links. Yeah, absolutely. Let's hope Rocky remembers the little people. I will. Don't worry. My gosh. I don't think it's ever going to get to the point where I will have little people. That. The timing of that, you might not be too far off. The timing might be right. That would be creepy. That's when I shut down the stream and it's over. was on a small channel, John talks during 2020, and 3 of the 4 main panel went on to have large channels. Wow, that's cool. Evan, what's up? Rocky the Goat. Can't wait for the show on Monday. Evan from the Evan Edition. How you doing, man? Good seeing you. Thanks for jumping in here. Yes, planning on streaming with Evan on Monday on his show, the Evan Edition, where he talks about pop culture, everything, geek culture, movies, television. We're trying to inject a little bit more comics in there. Isn't that right, Evan? But we have a good time. I'm just not as much as a pop culture aficionado as he is, so I'm like, I don't know. I guess so. Okay, I'm gonna freehand these brick pieces here because it gives them more of this like brick feel. That's like an ink pen, a marker. What is that at the beginning? Is that a diamond? What is that, Lindsay Rose? Lindsay Rose knows Evan. She's been on his channel before. What's up? Thank awesome when I was waiting for them. Pig feeder lady, nice. Noah's bald spot is channel lore. It's the same as the cringe guy and the guy checking out another girl while walking with his girlfriend guy. Yes, I guess so. But wasn't that the guy checking out another girl with walking with his girlfriend guy? That was like a staged thing, like a stock photo shot. I don't think that was like an actual event that people turned into a meme, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a stock photo that became a meme because it was just ridiculous. Alright, got that exterior part. Now for the exciting world of window panes. Oh, the Ermagerd girl who gave Gersprumps Burks. I missed the pig feeder stream. It was a sketch stream, you guys. Mark's Music Obsession posted something from Discord. Let me see. I do have Discord up. What is it? No, that was that. Oh, I think Mark's Music Obsession, you're just posting the Discord link, right? Thank you, Mark's Music Obsession. Let me pin that. Pin that link just in case anybody who happens to want to join a free Discord experience. We got a lot going on in there, and hopefully more to come. So thanks for posting that link, Mark. If I can just find it without crashing my computer. I need to get a new computer on this side. Okay, let's see. Oh, look at that. I can see all the emojis in there. That's nice. That looks way better than it does on Ecamm. Okay, let me pin this link. Mark's Music Obsession. Boom. Pinned to the top. There's the link to Discord. Come join Discord. It's a lot of fun. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969, happy Friday.
How do you say monkey in French?
He enjoyed last stream when we were talking about manga. Mark, little people nonsense. We're the titans who keep the live streams entertaining. He can't forget us even if he tried. Even if he tired. No, even if he tried. Drang it! Genius. I love it. That deserves one of these. I should add it to Discord, AON. Yes, yes. Yes, I know. I know. You guys, I would definitely have not gotten this far without the chat life. For sure. I just heard something beep in my ears. The Discord. Oh, one of the things I did on Discord, I believe it was yesterday. Alan Lau, my good buddy Alan Lau, posted in Discord. Part of our conversation on Wednesday was talking. The name Ron Friends came up in the discussion. Ron Friends is a veteran artist of comic books. I think he's more of a Marvel guy than a DC guy. I could be wrong about that, but I know a lot of his work from Marvel stuff that he's done. And I've never been a huge fan of Ron Friends, no matter, he's worked on a lot of amazing runs of, like, story runs of comics. And he's an artist himself, but his artwork never really excited me that much. And anyway, we were talking about Ron Friends because he was one of the first people to draw this black suit of Spider-Man. And his name came up in the chat. And so Alan Lau on Discord posted a YouTube link of an interview with Ron Friends. And then oh shoot. Oh no, it's okay. I decided to watch it in the stream room, the YouTube video in the stream room. So that was fun. It was actually a little bit of a boring, a boring video. He talks a lot. Ron Friends talks a lot. But it's kind of cool just to learn a little bit more about him and his history, what he's worked on, the legacy he left. But I've never seen him on the, like, oh my gosh, did you see that Ron Friends drawing? Never saw it. Never was like that. Even though he's had a very, very long career in comics. All right, window panes. That pained me to draw that. Okay, do this guy up here. I should start at the top. Wait, is Sammy Little People? Sammy Davis was Little People. He was. Sammy is Chat Titan, complete opposite of Little People. It's supposed to be a pencil. Oh, okay. Sometimes emoji don't transfer from like service to service or like computer to computer. Some emoji don't show up or there's a different form to them. Exactly. It was a stock photo, but I don't... The guy anticipated... Yeah, no, absolutely not. Dropping off your package now? Oh, okay, awesome. Thank you, Cranberry Rangers. He may have slipped in the box of cranberry jello for future stream material. Just the invite link, got it. On the original stream, there weren't even any pigs. Rocky was the pig. And the lady was a feast for his eyes. I don't even know what's truth anymore, Mo Biggs. I really don't. I don't. All I know is she was doing her job. She was definitely doing her job. That sounded horrible. That's not what I meant. She was just moving things around in the pen, and there were no pigs to be found. 1, 2, 3. Goodness. Why did you reference this Art Deco detailing? Charles VESS. This is so painful. Break up that line a little bit just to eventually to add to that like misty smoke feel. Buzzing. Let me just make sure nobody's drowning. I see it now. Thank you, Awesome One on Discord. He just posted a picture of his dinner, I'm assuming. Now, Awesome One talks a big game when it comes to what he's cooking, the various dishes that he cooks. But it's now he's putting his money where his mouth is, because he posted a picture of Some serious meat he's cooking in the pan. Love it. See, Discord brings like accountability, transparency into our lives. Is the stream lagging for you guys? I'm not even paying attention. Let me know in the chat. Hopefully not. So right now I'm streaming at... I set one of the settings to 60 FPS because the other settings, 24 FPS, 30 FPS, were lagging big time just before I went live. So I was like, oh, okay, let's see what happens with 60 FPS, but now I'm a little nervous that that's too much for my computer to handle. All right, we got the corner of that building. And then this isn't as much as of a curve as I made it out to be here. Yesterday I was watching Declan Shalvey. He's a comic book artist that I've talked about a number of times on stream. Irish comic book artist. He's great. And I don't know him, but he knows of me because I pop up in his chat when he'll do live streams as much as I can. But yesterday he was streaming doing a commission. He was drawing Two-Face, which was a commission for somebody he met at a con. It was so cool because at one point the guy who commissioned him to do it showed up in the chat and he was like, oh, this is so cool to see you draw this, and eventually it's going to be his. So it was pretty cool. But he uses traditional stuff, and he inks right over his pencils. He inks with a brush and with pens, technical pens, just kind of uses all different things. So I was actually asking him about how he does washes. I was considering doing washes for this piece to get that watercolor look. But one thing I found out was he uses a paper that is thicker than Bristol, that can take water easier than Bristol can. Because if I put too much water and did washes on this kind of paper, it would buckle a little bit. So yeah, but it was kind of cool to find out from him firsthand, like some of his techniques. There were boars there. That's right, wild boars. It's true. Bears and wolves. I sent you a hamburger, Rocky, on Discord. I saw it. It's awesome. It looks huge too. Or maybe you're making a lot of... Oh, here's extra pictures. So random hamburger pic. Dad's and mine. Awesome one posted. This hamburger on pasta. Is that like tomato sauce and cheese? I love the chunks of meat in there. Awesome one. That's pretty rad. Wow, I'm getting hungry now, sir. I love it. See, this is so cool. I liked his Spider Girl. You're talking about Ron Friends? I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969. That is one of the images actually that I do equate to Ron Friends. That one cover he did with Spider-Girl, and I don't like it. Yeah, it would be interesting to like break down why I'm not really into his art. Okay. Oh, one of the things that we looked at on Wednesday was this manga digest called Young Magazine, and you guys can see it on my latest episode of my Wednesday comics if you're interested. We went through a few of the stories that were in there, and they just compiled all these different stories. And the purpose was kind of to expose people to new stories, new characters, and new artists. And then what they wanted was people to vote on, oh my gosh, that was a horrible mistake. I'll have to white that out later. They wanted people to vote on what their favorites were. And then whatever were the top, I think they said 5 vote getters, they will continue on in that book, or like continue being produced. But I love that format, and it made me think about like crowdfunding and creating an independent comic book. Like, that's a cool way to try out a bunch of different stories to create, not necessarily, I don't think anthology is the right terminology for it, but just like compiling a bunch of different stories and then hearing directly back from the audience which one was their favorite, and then those are the ones you invest in continuing on. There's something there that I like. And it also forces you to just create a bunch of stories, just get your ideas out there, and not spend a lot of time like, oh, I gotta build this world and do all this stuff, when at the end of the day, if nobody likes it, then just move on to the next idea. Oh man, that was a bad line. It's okay, because I can create the shadow to black that out. Okay, I'm lost. I shall exit. Why so soon? Yeah, where are you going? Where are you going? Other than needing to not fall asleep, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969. She was definitely doing her job. She was working it all right. How does Mrs. Mo not feel slighted? It did sound worse. Yep. Sorry. Not sure if it's lagging. Lindsay Rose says, I think my stream lags no matter what. You know. For sake of... Yeah. He buys the skinny paper. He buys the skinny paper. What? My average meal in Discord, a half-star dish. Shoot for the moon. There, awesome one. It looked good. It looked definitely appetizing. How could you go wrong with hamburger and pasta? I mean, that's literally a recipe for success. Unless you're like gluten-free and vegan. In which case we don't acknowledge your choices. I hope I'm not offending anybody who's gluten-free in this stream, but dang it, I have tried. I have a good friend of ours. Their family, most of their family is gluten-free, and she bakes these things, and I'd say the stuff she makes is good, but it's never the same as, like, you know, the non-gluten-free stuff. You just can't compare. It's really hard to get even close. I think I need to make this shadow just a little bit thicker. Okay. Cool. Oh, man, there's a lot of building stuff. I'm getting hungry now. I love it. Now I'm getting flashbacks to Rocky running comic. Stop it. Stop it. I'm also getting hungry. Currently process of making nachos. I would love to see a picture of your nachos, Comrade Sammy, but alas, we have no access. We cannot see. So we'll just have to take your word for it. Gosh. I am going to turn off that because you're distracting me. Okay. I thought it was mandated in SF to be vegan. Right. Okay. Eating and Dobie Gillis time. All right. Beatniks. Wonder if Timmy Miller is working. He might be. His team is still competing, so he might be. Some nights Timmy Mello works at the stadium, and And his team, the Cleveland Guardians, they're in the thick of it right now, so he might be working that game, which would be incredible. It's an exciting series. The danger with drawing very technical, perspective-y kind of stuff like this is losing patience, and then you start getting sloppy, which I am a little bit, and then everything gets screwed up. So I gotta slow down here, or not slow down, but like pay attention. But I'm getting distracted by my phone buzzing. Apparently, you're allowed to eat tuna in San Francisco, but only if it's encased in lime jello. Ugh. Now it's Rocky under the stars. Could be worse. Could be mackerel. Hopefully, that's not by me. Brr. We got that. We got you covered. Put your nachos on your shelves, Comrade Sammy. Can she reach them, though? My stomach getting offended at being dehydrated. Yeah. I don't need Discord to show off my messy nachos. If I really wanted to, I have my community tab. I could tell she was getting thirsty when she was edging around asking if there is a Mrs. Mo. What are you talking about? Nice. Are you going to post picture of your nachos? All right. I'm excited. No, I'm not. I think Mr. Monkey Boy 1969 was. Not me. No siree. All right, I'll save those bricks. Well, maybe I should just do them now. This is the old, just draw a few bricks so you don't have to draw all of them trick in the book. The tough thing with those bricks, though, is they kind of have to be in perspective, too. Otherwise, you destroy the illusion. Okay. Doop, doop, doop. Bricky brick. Let's do these background buildings here. She said she could reach herself. It's true. It's true. Just three little rectangles on top of each other. These windows are similar treatment to the bricks, just enough indication. Ugh, that window's sucky. Just enough indication, but at the same time you gotta keep it. It can't be totally random, otherwise it doesn't feel believable. Gonna fix that window. That one makes it not believable. Oh goodness. Time is running out. Okay. Oops. Okay. Wait. Doth mine eyes? What is up?
Goes, what's your name? He goes, John.
John. How are you doing, my friend? I'm gonna call him out as the chat shepherd is arrived. Everyone's all streamy and such lately. What is this, third this week? I know, right, John? It's true. Glad you can make it. See that? So welcome here. Hello to John. John, you're slacking in chat right lately. Did MMO run away? I don't know. Hi, Jan. Glad you can finally take time of your busy day for us. Aww. It's European now. Rocky's been sliding off the rails with your Without your moral guidance in chat, John, it's true. It's basically rubbing his hands in glee at the thought of reaching 600. Lies. Lies. Still has an invisible crotch. Oh my goodness. Let's share you in Phil stream, but I'm not a mod. So this is the 3-minute mark since I've been here and Rocky no notice yet. Sorry. Hello, John. How are you? Yep. That's right. That's right. Time is running out. Does Rocky need to get back to the future? We need to get back to the future. This is... Where's my pencil? This building is way off the mark here. I'm going to skip that one for now. I'll fix that building later. I don't want to draw it where it is because it's way off the mark. Okay, and then the moon. I'll do that with the brush straight on here. Same here with the clouds up here. All these clouds, I'll do that straight with a brush when I do the blacks. Okay. Yes. This is here. Some window indication here. Oh, I'll remind you, it's part of my job at Chat Ninja to give people a hard time. I'm here just entertaining. Have the stream on the outside TV. Mark's music obsession is here. Mark doesn't want the alligators to miss a moment of the action. The alligators and the dolphins, that's right. 5-minute yap lag, not bad, not bad. You've got time to claim first in Bancroft's Mark's music obsession. Is he streaming again? Bancroft streamed. Didn't he stream last night? I thought he streamed last night. I know he's been doing like once a day he's been streaming his review of creator-owned comic books. He calls it Cocktober. I watched one of them today. I think it's day... What day is today? October 3rd. So yeah, day 3. So yeah. I thought he streamed... Didn't he stream or maybe that was Wednesday. I think that was Wednesday, maybe. An art share. Oh no, he streamed like an art... I don't know. I can't keep track of it all. I thought he streamed like an art stream where he was actually working on stream. Okay, that. Just trying to get all the straight lines in here. That. I can't even hear my... Yes. How is Bancroft's version of the Gong Show going? Love pestering Rob by running up the count. Mark's music obsession, I believe he was, what was it last time, Mark? 77th stream that he was first in chat, which is insane. That is an insane amount of dedication right there. I don't know how you do it. I can't even be 77th first in my own chat, let alone somebody else's. Poop. Okay, got this curve. Zayd Brothers are streaming K-pop. Oh yeah, they stream on Fridays too. K-pop is streaming too. Yeah, I guess Friday's kind of popular, but it's cool. You know, people are winding down in their weeks. They just want to chill out, be entertained, fall asleep. Finish this in the next 15 minutes? I'm gonna try. Let's see. I guess I said I was gonna bust out the dip pen, but just for speed's sake. And that's why I like these Pitt pens. They actually blend really well with India ink. Sometimes you can see the difference in ink quality when you go from bottled ink to in the pen. But I found the Pitt pens have a great quality of the ink that you really can't tell the difference when you mix the two. I don't know, who knows, maybe in like 30 years you'll start seeing it like yellow. Sometimes you see that in original art pages. When artists will like use whatever pen is nearest at their desk to do a task. Here, I'll show you guys a good example of that. I mean, you can just see it here on the cover. You see how the color of this ink is different from this ink, even without the reflection. But that's because I believe he used like a brush, like India ink here, and then to get really close in here, he used like a pen But as time has gone on, you can start seeing the difference between the inks. Sometimes that happens. That's okay. That's all part of the. That's all part of the shtick, the process. Wow, who isn't streaming? Lindsay Rose says. Cranberry Langer says, I just got Gabe Taib's latest book. Nice. Some old school hi-hat action going on there. Yeah, are you gonna drop a picture? Do it. I might do that. I sent it out without taking a picture of the picture. I leave it to Rocky whether it's added or not. The other art I already showed in previous streams of my own. Rocky has dip pens. Writers have dip thongs. Touche. All right. Because it's you, John. That looks flaming sweet. The Todd McFarlane thing? Yeah. Todd is the man. I saw a funny post not too long ago where Rob Liefeld, I follow him on X, and he was saying, like, there's so many good artists in independent comics right now, an Image. Sorry, I had to finish that curve before I took a breath. And he said, there's so many good artists. I'd argue even more than or better than the artists that were hot in the 90s, which is when Rob Liefeld basically was the hotness, and Todd McFarlane, Mark Silvestri, Jim Lee, all those guys, those Image Comics founders. And I was like, what? That's, first of all, that's weird for you, who was part of that 90s boom and one of the most successful comic book artists of all time, to say that. And two, how could you say that? Don't get me wrong, there are good artists now, but as good as the 90s? I don't know. I don't know about that, Rob. I respectfully disagree. Which is a compliment to you, but I don't know if he was just baiting or if he really believes that. Cool. Some gargoyle toesies. That's Venom. Vermin's the rat guy. Never dip your pen in the company thong. That is... Now that deserves a respect. Speaking of Rocky, will you do a Liefeld master study? Oh man. Would I? Crazier things have happened, John. I don't know how to answer that question, but crazier things have happened, so I would never say no to that. We'll see too, because soon that there's a Rob Liefeld artist edition coming out, and maybe I'll get so jazzed about seeing his original art that it'll make me want to do a study of it. But who knows? Right. Do like 10-15 more minutes here. Some more gargoyle toes. Do you guys hear my cat? It's that time. Never trust an artist until they actually put in their works. That's right. Michael Bancroft, how are you doing? Hello, hello.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Your Australian ears must have been burning. We were just talking about you and how much you've been streaming lately. I think there was questions of when is the next what's it called? Not Cocktober. Coctagon competition that you have going on. When is the next one happening? And are you streaming tonight? I think were the two questions that came out. I said I'd be surprised because you've been streaming a lot lately, but who knows? Who knows what people think? Too many bricks. Too many bricks. Remind me when I get to my comic to draw it in a blank white room with no bricks. I hear you. Hello. Okay. The cat has entered. Okay, I think I can figure out, I gotta figure out this like when I start laying in the shadows. Okay, I got this guy, then maybe I'm done. Were your ears burning? There we would it be since eyes since it was in chat? That's right. They were burning. Heard it here first. Rocky doesn't know how to say no. I just got a weird want for French toast. That is very rare. You can do it, John. French toast, that's awesome. Do French toast for dinner. I love, one of my favorite things is breakfast for dinner. I love that. I am a breakfast person. I can eat breakfast any meal. But yeah, breakfast for dinner is a great concept. French toast is perfect for that. Oh, funny thing, I was going to mention, I know how I said like the ink I was using on the dip pen stuff. I really like that ink. It's the Rapidograph. I think it's Ultra Draw ink, and it worked really well with my dip pen. Just flowed nicely, dried nicely. Loved it. Loved it way better than the Speedball ink. And then for when I did this test to color in these blacks, I used that same ink and I actually didn't like it. It wasn't black enough. It was very kind of watery. So you know what ink I used for this? My favorite, the Speedball ink that I swore I would never use again. I was like, maybe I could just use it up in these big black areas, but I used it and it actually lay down nice. So I might just use that stinky fish smeary black ink for the coloring in the black spots, or the large areas in shadow, and then for any other like finer crow quill lines or dip pen lines, I'll go back to the Ultra Draw ink. But That was another question I asked Declan Shalvey on his stream of like what kind of inks he used. And he has his favorite, but then at the time he was like, I'm just using this ink that I got for cheap and it's fine. At the end of the day, you just use what you got. I'm very much like that. Okay, there's that guy, that gargoyle guy. This, got this. Oh, here. Yeah, I could do that with the ink brush. Oops. Fussy kitty. Rocky needs a cat door. You know, I need to make a cat emoji. I think that should be one of the next ones. Like, not just like the ones they have in the standard emojis, but our own cat emoji. Fine, fine. You wanted a picture of my messy nachos, Rocky? They are now available for viewing on my community. Oh, I'm going to bring it up here in a second before I go. You're welcome. And if Bancroft was still keeping up the ruse of Melanie B not being the real artist. Timmy Mello. We were wondering if you were going to show up.
And the Guardians are headed to October.
Are you working the game? Is there a game to be worked tonight, Timmy Mello? Gosh. That would be awesome if you're working the game. But your Wi-Fi, you said, is trash? Yeah. I'm almost done here, though. At least with these outlines. And then it's going to be... I'm going to fill in these... Oh, gosh. It would be so satisfying to do it on stream, though. Wouldn't it? Can't. Don't have time. Yeah, I don't have time. I gotta go pick up my wife. Am I missing anything? No salsa. Laying in the shadows. This is the rise of Dark Rocky. I've missed you, John. We had a Thanksgiving breakfast one year. Thanksgiving breakfast. That sounds interesting. Bunch of waffles, pancakes, blueberry, strawberry, and maple syrup. Like for Thanksgiving, you mean? You need blacker than black? Bancroft will be so disappointed. Bancroft goes to all the trouble of showing up in your chat and you choose to welcome him with his beloved Spider-Man being blacked? I'm not going to even ask. Eggs, sausage, I think. Bacon's of different types, sausage. That sounds awesome. Blue chips. Nice. Shading for Spider-Man inking is really looking distinct, especially with the use of gray coloring to express the light glare. Yes. So you weren't here, Timmy Mello. This was just my test on doing screen tones here and gray tones on this page. This is just a test page, so I kind of did it sloppily, but it's going to work, and it's going to be really, really cool. And I can't wait to get the different kinds of screen tones as well. It's going to be amazing. She's investing in Speedball ink. Nice. Rocky will only make an emoji of his favorite cat. The other one can kick rocks. That's right. Just my regular job. The guards are done. Oh, are they? No. What? Did I miss that? Oh, man. I want to know what the other cat did. Nothing. He's just a jerk. He's just more of a jerk. This one's just more... He's sweeter. The other one's a little bit of a jerk. The other one's sweet too, but in a jerky way. Rocky is one shed hair away from adopting him out of his Haitian neighbors. Goodness gracious. Okay, let's go see what the nachos are. And then I do have to go because I gotta go pick up my wife. Nachos. Oh man. Something is up with this computer. I swear. Safari. Yes. Yes. Why aren't you even showing up? Oh, there it is. Okay. Now, YouTube. This is lagging like crazy sauce. Oh, Bancroft he's gonna be streaming in 5 minutes. So everybody go there after this is over. I'll be ending in about 5 minutes. K-pop junkie too, if you want to see. Oh goodness, my computer is just dying. Turn off this music. Ah! What? Comrade Sammy. Lady after my own heart. You got a can of Dr. Pepper? Yes. Dr. Pepper is my favorite soda of all time. I don't drink that much soda, but when I do, I will go for a Dr. Pepper. So good. Those look amazing. Well done. I'm going to give that a like. Well done. Sounds like a possible management issue. Too many chefs, not enough guardians. Mo Big says. Do you follow baseball, Mo Bigs? No kidding. Oh my gosh. Everything is falling apart here. Korean barbecue is an option too here. Oh my gosh. Jiminy Crickets. I did. I told you I would. It was good, but I'm a traditionalist. Miss the turkey and mashed potatoes gravy. I was thinking you would incorporate that into the breakfast somehow. It's looking great, by the way, Rocky. Thank you, Cranberry Langers. We'll go back here. Rocky doesn't visit there anymore. I heard they got beef. Just kidding. Oh, wow. Yay me, my messy thrown together nachos on blast for the whole world to see. Hey, if you didn't want us to see it, you wouldn't have posted it. There's a little bit of trickery there, but it's amazing. Looks great. Think I fed my stomach. It was having a fit. Purist crayon, a non-traditionalist too. Yes. Dr. Pepper, nectar of the gods. Absolutely. Created in good old Waco, Texas. Believe it or not. Prune juice. The licorice flavored soft drink is not the point, right? It is not licorice flavored. Get out of here. Get out of here. Dr. Pepper is a bomb. Nice. I do not follow baseball. I get all the boredom I can handle from Michael Bancroft streams. Dang. Don't mind the terrible lighting. Shoot computer first. Get wife second. If you'd been in Discord conference, Sammy, only yes, could have been a lot easier than what I just did it. Right? That looks awesome. What a wonderful dinner-looking thing. So, all right, here we go. This is where we're at. I don't know what. Let me guys. I'm gonna leave it up to you. Here we go. I'm gonna. Oh gosh, if I do this though. Jeez Louise. If I do this, it's gonna just delay the stream. But this is the only way I know how to do it really fast. So I'm gonna do a poll in YouTube. Goodness. Even though my internet is the slowest thing on the planet right now. It's not my internet, it's my computer. I don't know why. My internet's quite fast, actually. It's just the computer is processing it because streaming takes a lot of energy for this particular computer, this old iMac I'm on. And if I do anything, I open any other window, it just lags. It's like dying. Okay. Didn't used to always be this bad. I wonder if it was the update. Make sure you guys hit the like before we finish up here. I am going to create a poll right now in the YouTube chat. Should I stream inking the... How can I write this without sounding racist? Should I ink color? Oh no. The black shadows on stream, or should I move on to screen? No, that's not good. I know. Should the next live stream be inking? I can't say inking the blacks. That doesn't sound good. Inking the black shadows? Or should I move on to screen tones? That doesn't. I'm going to say inking blacks screen tones. So I'm leaving it up to you. Sorry, the wording is horrible. But I just started a chat. Let me know as I wrap up here. Started a poll. What do you think I should do? I can do another inking stream. That would probably be next week sometime or something. Could I do a late night stream of inking the blacks? Maybe. Maybe I could do a late night stream of doing it. So, regardless of when I do it, like doing all the blacks in here, inking them, like getting it to this point with the blacks on all of it, the shadows, everything. Should I do that on stream? Or should I just do that off stream and get to the screen tones? That's the question I'm asking everybody. Capiche? Does that make sense? Where is the poll? I don't even see the poll. Did that poll show up? Oh yeah, here it is. 5 votes so far. Inking blacks. People are saying they want to see the black. I know, right? It feels just unfinished. I would feel a little like I'm cheating you if I don't ink these blacks on stream. That sounds horrible. All right, 100%. 7 votes say inking blacks. All right, there's no way 8 people are going to jump in here and say screen tones. So I'll give it 15 more seconds, and then I will call it and say we're going to do another inking stream. I was hoping to finish the inks. If I had another hour, I could have done it. But I do have to go and get my lovely bride and pick her up. So I will not be able to do it. But here, the inking will be here. All of this stuff. This, the moon, definitely his costume, which is incredible. The shadows on the gargoyle, and the building stuff here. And then after that, I will get to the screen tones. So 8 votes, 100%. Boo, yeah. 100% says ink the blacks on stream. All right, I'll do that. Thank you guys for that input. I hear you loud and clear. We'll get that going. Whether that's today, tonight, or another day is TBD. So, people who say Dr. Pepper tastes like licorice remind me of how Europeans claim root beer tastes like toothpaste. Where do you find this delicious toothpaste that has been denied us? Do it. Root beef is something completely different. Yes, John, Rocky posts his Discord on stream anyway. It probably would have made it on the stream either way. Yes. I want to get closer to the center and obtain more points. Curling. Me thinks it's time Rocky got a new computer, for this one goes the way of the older right. It's giving me a lot of problems. Inking the crotch area, absolutely. See, the crotch will not be invisible once it's all painted black. That sounded horrible. Rocky should at least upgrade to a Commodore 128, spotting the blacks. That still doesn't sound good, Jod. That doesn't sound good. Forget the people who freak out, Rocky. People will be offended with everything. True. Inking the blacks, that doesn't sound good. Sounds like something Bancroft would do if he were a squid. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969 is picking D, even though there wasn't a D. Work those blacks. You could do it tomorrow, Rocky. 4th stream of the week. It's important to include the blacks. Oh my gosh. Nighttime is the right time to ink with the blacks. This is where the chat's getting good. I gotta go. You want the whites, blacks, and in between always in there. Oh my gosh. Make the next one a late night stream. It might be. Mr. Monkey Boy says screen tones. He's the one. All right. Let me see. I think I gotta go. Root beef is vegetarian breakfast. No, I'm gonna go. All right, thanks everyone for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be inking, spotting, looking at working the blacks next stream, and then we'll go to the screen tones. So one more inking stream, and then we'll go screen tones. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a great. If I don't see you tonight, have a great rest of your Friday, and have a great weekend. And take care. I gotta go. Bye bye.